guys, it's Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. It's Wednesday. It's Happy Wednesday. This has been one of those weeks. It's December 2nd. Welcome back. I'm so glad to have you here. And it's time to talk about some stuff that's happening on the show Welcome to Plathville. So last night an episode aired and poor Moriah and her boyfriend Max broke up. And there's a lot to unpack here and so much to dissect. So let's get into it. But before we do, can you do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up? Also, make sure that you subscribe down here if you have not yet subscribed and turn those notifications on so you know when I go live. All right, so last night's episode we saw a very sad Moriah sort of dealing with the aftermath of being kicked out by her family. Imagine having parents, Barry and Kim Plath, who at 17 years old decide that their daughter is not allowed to live there because she doesn't want to live by the rules. Imagine how ill-prepared this poor girl must have been, thrown into the wild world without having ever experienced real life. She had never gone to public school. She didn't have friends. She didn't have a GED or a high school diploma. She literally had nothing. Her parents kept her very sheltered. She lacked so many social skills that she would have needed throughout those years, and apparently picked up a terrible habit of being unable to communicate because of the way that her family works. Last night we saw her and Max come to an impasse where Moriah started pushing Max away. Moriah admitted that she struggles with communication and the inability to truly share what's going on in her life. And this has also been referenced by an inability to communicate with people in her life. Max actually had to break up with her. And when they sat on the dock, it was so sad. Max and her went back and forth to talk about what was going on, with Max feeling like he was putting in all of the effort and her literally putting in nothing. Her not wanting to talk about things, her not wanting to work through things, and Max feeling as though she lacked the communication skills in order for them to move forward. So one of the biggest obstacles with Moriah was that she has been struggling with all of these emotions of having to be on her own at such a young age, and she had been pushing Max away. Max actually sat down with producers and he said that her severe communication issues and lack of putting any effort into the relationship truly is what sealed the deal for the end of this relationship. Anytime he tried to speak with her, anytime he tried to talk with her, she would completely shut down. He said the relationship had to end because he didn't believe that she was ready or even capable of having a relationship, nor did he feel like they had any compatibility at that time because of her lack of communication skills. When she got the news from Max, she was so sad, and she said that she felt like she was losing one of the best things that ever happened to her. And she asked him to be friends, which obviously he agreed to under certain circumstances, like they had to set proper boundaries, he had to teach her how to dance, and he had to meet her parents. He said that he wanted to have a better understanding of why she was the way she was and what was going on behind the scenes as to why her communication skills were so poor. This has been a very similar thing that Olivia has stated about Ethan, is that he lacks communication skills and that he really lacks social skills. It seems as though the Plaths really set their children back because of the deficits they're experiencing as adults. And it's truly sad to watch all of this. On Instagram, Moriah shared a story that said, obviously, I've got to work on me right now, and that's okay. It's never ending. It's a never ending process, along with a reels that highlighted a lot of the things that she was going through at the time. Take a look. offered her support, and she said, "I love you, sis, always here for you." And she said, "Thank you, Olivia." Over on Max's profile, he actually shared a photo of himself with this, which read, "Sometimes you have to do the hard thing for the right reason. I won't be taken for granted. I won't be the only one continuously putting in effort. I originally thought, I guess this is it. Another love crash and burn. I guess I let my insecurity shine through, couldn't communicate to make it work out, and I just ended something potentially beautiful. I guess I'll pick myself up and move along, try to learn from the situation and sharpen my tools like I have been taught to do with everything." But then she asked to be friends. I never realized that that was an option because I did not want to lead her on. I'm glad Moriah and I made our promises. We both have a lot to work on, and I think slowing the roll and taking a step down into friendship is the best for our growth, both personally and together, and will hopefully allow us to lay down a better foundation. Hopefully we can both work on being our best selves. I can learn to understand and trust people, and learn to dance. So he also, I think the biggest thing I'm kind of stunned by in all of this is just how utterly mature the two of these people are. They're so young, you guys, and they are being so mature in how they're handling this breakup. It sounds like they still hang out because he recently had a birthday and Moriah was with him. And in fact, on Thanksgiving, she posted this funny quip on Instagram.
You're gonna say already. I'm coming in.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Mike, I'm gonna come in real quick.
What?
I'm gonna come in real quick. Stay in the shower.
Okay.
Riot! Max, was that you?
Yeah.
So it's clear that she and Max are still very close. They're still spending time together, and they're still just friends. When you have no basis and no way to understand how to have a relationship, I can imagine it would be very challenging to be able to have a relationship with anyone. When your parents have left you have given you basically no frame of reference of the real world, they didn't allow you to have friends, they didn't allow you the basics of life, going to school, having friendships, doing things outside of your family. When you're that insulated and you're that ill-prepared for the world, it's going to create so many problems in which these young people, young Plath kids, are now experiencing. I truly hope that on top of all of this, I know that Kim Plath, along with Barry, are very, they're not into modern medicine, but I was thinking a lot about this, and I was wondering if Moriah has actually taken steps to potentially going into therapy, maybe talking about with her doctor about how she's been feeling. There's a lot that she probably has to process. There's probably a lot of trauma that she's gone through. And I truly hope that she can get some professional help here because she's so young, and to have to take this all on her own and navigate this all by herself would just be so much for anyone that age. I'm sure another aspect or another problem here is that whether or not she has insurance to do any of those things. So I truly hope that Moriah is getting better and taking care of herself. I'm glad that Max has stuck by her to be her friend. You can't fix people. That's the one thing I always remember about that age. No matter how much you try, if someone's broken, you are not going to be the one to fix them. So it's good that Max can recognize that it's not his responsibility to help her communicate. That's something she needs to learn about and grow with herself. And maybe one day they'll come together, or maybe not. They're really young. It's probably more probable they won't. But what are your thoughts about all of this? Are you shocked that they lack communication skills? Are you shocked that she was struggling? I'm not. And what I am loving about this show is that there isn't the sugarcoating that happens on the other TLC shows. There isn't this overwhelming wash of everything's perfect. This is the vanilla family. I feel like this is one of the only families on this entire network that's not perfect and not washing over all of their issues. We're getting the nitty gritty. It's something the Duggars, the Busbys, all of the other families on this network don't do. So for that, I applaud the Plaths. As hard as this is to watch, it's an eye-opening experience into what happens when people leave fundamentalism. All right, you guys, tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye.